actions matter. My accomplishments are slight. But perhaps the most profound issue surrounding my receipt of this prize is the fact that I am the commander-in-chief of a military in the midst of 2 wars. And I'm responsible for the deployment of thousands of young Americans to battle in a distant land. The concept of a just war emerged. Yes, terrible wars have been fought and atrocities committed, but there has been no Third World War. I know there's nothing weak, nothing passive, nothing naive in the creed and lives of Gandhi and King. But as a head of state sworn to protect and defend my nation, I cannot be guided by their examples alone. A nonviolent movement could not have halted Hitler's armies. To say that force may sometimes be necessary is not a call to cynicism, it is a recognition of history. The service and sacrifice of our men and women in uniform has promoted peace and prosperity from Germany to Korea and enabled democracy to take hold in places like the Balkans. Because we seek a better future for our children and grandchildren, and we believe that their lives will be better if others' children and grandchildren can live in freedom and prosperity. So yes, the instruments of war do have a role to play in preserving the peace. This is true in Afghanistan. I do not bring with me today a definitive solution to the problems of war. What I do know is that meeting these challenges will require the same vision, hard work, and persistence of those men and women who acted so boldly decades ago.
Only a third of Americans think that President Obama has handled foreign policy better than his predecessor, George W. Bush.
I, like any head of state, reserve the right to act unilaterally, if necessary, to defend my nation.
The American people don't buy it. In fact, nearly 2/3 say it is not necessary for us to launch military airstrikes against Syria in order for us either to remain credible or to protect national security.
A consensus that sent a clear message to all about the cost of aggression.
The Obama administration has been pushing very hard for intervention in Syria.
America's commitment to global security will never waver, but
Americans do not think the U.S. should go it alone. But to be clear, Americans do feel that the international community does have a responsibility to respond in some way. However, that does not mean that Americans favor more military intervention abroad.
In a world in which threats are more diffuse and missions more complex, America cannot act alone. America alone cannot secure the peace.
That being said, even with their support, Americans still are hesitant to intervene abroad.
They're nothing but bandits, folks. And they're going to rule this country. It's theirs now.
Thank you very much.